Read More or Die. ReadMOD/tadoku, a foreign language extensive reading contest, 2013 edition. Written by Khatzumoto, posted in January of 2013. Lord Silent is an AJATT who participated in the original International L2 reading contest, and was surprised by the positive boost that reading had on his Japanese in all areas, not just reading. Inspired by this, he kept reading and decided to create what is now known as ReadMOD, Read More or Die, or the Tadoku contest, to share the wonders of reading in your target language with other learners. He's writing this in the third person, so it sounds like Khatzumoto wrote it, because he's awesome like that. Here he is in the first person with information on this year's contest. Quote, "What if I told you that there is a language study method that wasn't studying at all, and in fact barely even a method? And then what if I told you that this method had been demonstrated over and over again to be more effective than just about anything else? Do you remember the hours you spent as a child? If you were anything like I was, and I'd guess, like most people reading this site, you were. Devouring story after story, book after book? There's very little the human mind hungers after more than knowing how a story ends, and there's only one way to find out. Keep reading. So you did. But the stories were not all you learned. While you spent those hours and days reading, your mind was processing what it saw, spotting patterns, storing vocabulary, organizing small patterns into larger ones, learning which words could be expected to be seen with which others and in what order, strengthening and deepening over and over all those millions of connections that make up what we call language. And as time went on, this unconscious learning grew and grew, and you graduated from children's picture books to teen novels to Robert Frost and Shakespeare and Hemingway and Tolkien and the Brontes and Thoreau and, in short, became a master of the English language. And then one day you decided to learn a foreign language, so you went out and bought a textbook and started memorizing grammar and vocabulary. Or was I the only one that did something that silly? I invite you to go back to that time of exploration and wonder, to start the process over, to find new stories in a new language, to see new things that you couldn't see any other way. And don't worry, the mind will take care of sorting out the patterns as long as you let it see enough of them. Quote within a quote. The Tadoku, or extensive reading, contest has been going on for a while, but has had a brief hiatus recently. Now we're back on track and ready for another month of all you can read beginning January 1st. Registration is simple and explained here. Many languages are supported, and if you like, you can read more than one. You can view scores on the web app, and you can report your reading either there or using Twitter. Most pages at the end of the month wins. No prizes. You already got a massive boost in fluency, what more do you want? It's true that the most advanced learners have a nearly insurmountable advantage for the top position, but that certainly isn't the only competition there is. You can pick someone close to you and compete with them. I always do this. I think most people do. You can compete with someone you know, and most importantly, you can compete with your past self. If seeing that your score is 2 or 5 or 10 times what it was in the past contest isn't encouraging, I don't know what is. I look forward to reading together with all of you. End quoteception. If the above words from Landorian have inspired you to join us in reading domination this month, you can use either of the following steps to sign up. 1. Get a Twitter account. Remember to set your time zone information. 2. Go to readmod.com and sign in with your Twitter. 3. Click on the Registered for Next Round button. And 4. Read. Additional instructions and information can be found at readmod.wordpress.com. If you have any questions, you can comment on the blog, send a message to @LordSilent, or contact me on the IRC. End quote and end article.